Happy Monday on a nice 8-2 run to start the season. Let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are back to talk some more baseball, baby. That's right. It's the first full week of the MLB season. Hope everyone had a great weekend, great Easter weekend with family. But I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready for the grind. Can we keep this 8-2 run going? We will find out. There are only 4 undefeated teams left in the majors. We got the Yankees with a 4-0 sweep over the Astros. As a Mariners fan, I love to see that. Tigers 3-0 sweep over the White Sox. Pirates 3-0 after sweeping the Marlins. And that's also great because I had a Marlins win total under. So that's a great way to start for one of my future bets. And then the Brewers 3-0 after sweeping the Mets. So that's what we got going on in the major leagues. But before we get into anything in this video, we got a lot of info to go over like we usually do. We got to bring up the new Jabo MVPs. All right, there they are, the 3 new members of the Jabo MVP Club at Preppy Talk 697, at Frederick Krupa 5186, and at David Allen RH3BO. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to join, it's only $2.99 a month. It's just to help support this channel for all the hours we put in. You get some badges, emojis, which we got to get a few new ones out again as well. And prioritize replies, shout out, things like that. And it's a good way to help support it. So it's only $2.99. Hit that join button below. Never required at all, but always appreciated. So, and speaking of that, the Discord, join that below. It's free. It's absolutely free. Almost 3,000 people in it. And we have a ton of fun talking sports every single day. So that's what we got. I'm going to start out a little different in this video. I'm going to give you a baseball fun fact just because I feel like it. So we're going to get that and then we're going to get right into it. So this fun fact today, Nolan Ryan had the longest career in baseball history. It was 27 years. If you want to sound smart to all your sports buddies, there you go. I had no idea Nolan Ryan played 27 years. That's impressive. But in this video, we are going to recap the weekend and how we did, and then we're going to go over all the research data. If you are new to this channel, baseball is the one sport we give out a ton of research help and data to help you guys get winners. It's not just about the best bets we give out. So we're going to start with the good hitter matchups, then give you the good pitcher strikeout matchups for the day, the full pitcher report from Monday, and then, of course, we'll give you our best bets and wrap it all up with the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below, keep helping this algorithm and this channel grow as we inch closer to 22,000 subscribers. Just blown away by the support of all of you. I appreciate this community, and we just keep rolling and grinding away. So that's what we got. I'm ready to get started, and of course, we start it with the recap. All right, here we go. There's the recap from the weekend. 3-2 over the weekend now. 8-2 in the first 10 bets. Obviously, you'll see 8-4 down there. We did lose 2 tiny sprinkles on long shot home run bets. But anyways, Phillies team total under 1.5 runs first 5 innings on Friday. If you saw my Twitter, I posted the video. Strider is mowing them down. 1 out in the 5th inning. He gives up a 2-run bomb to who else but Brandon Marsh, the only guy who has actually made Spencer Strider not give up less than 2 runs in 2 of his starts. So it's 6 of 8 now. Strider has given up 1 or less run in the first 5 innings. The 2 he didn't are both because of Brandon Marsh 2-run homers. It was just weird how it happened. Tough luck, but you know what? We got it back later, and I'll just mention that in just a second. But Merrill Kelly to record a win, easy peasy. He just mowed down the Rockies. The D-backs scored a lot of runs. So we got both him and Zach Gallen to record a win the first 2 games of that series. Kyle Harrison of the Giants over 4.5 Ks was an added play in the pin comment, and it was a beauty. It was close though. He got 5 in like the 5th inning, I think, but he only ended with 5. But we got the win. And then Saturday, Reds team total over 2.5 first 5 innings. No more complaining over the Phillies loss because guess what? I got a 2-run homer of my own in the 5th inning to cash this over 2.5 first 5 innings. So that definitely evened it out. That helped out. And then the 5th loss was mind-boggling. Shohei got his hit, but Yandy Diaz had a great matchup. He's getting like multiple hits in each game so far. He is a great hitter. He's the leadoff hitter. He may have been the only Tampa Bay Ray to not get a hit that game. There might have been one other guy. It was just mind-boggling, but it's baseball. There's no safe bet. It's easy to go 0-4 or 0-4 or 0-5 in a game, even if you're one of the best hitters in the league. So that's what we got. 3-2 weekend. Like I said, 8-2. We keep rolling up 4.56 units now on this short little season so far. But now it's time to get into it, and it starts with the good hitter matchups. There they are. We got 11 of them today, and it starts with Manny Machado up there. If you do not know what XBH is, it is extra base hits. So that's double, triple, or home run. But 9 for 27, two extra base hits versus Gibson. What I did find is there's not a ton of people just hitting a lot of bombs off anybody, at least in their matchup. We still got a lot of guys hitting for high averages, but not a lot of home runs. We got Santander. We got a lot of Baltimore Orioles hitters. That's right, going up against Michael Waka Waka. We got Cedric Mullins, Anthony Santander, Ryan Mountcastle, Austin Hayes, Ramon Urias. I mean, there is 5 Oriole players on this list. It's pretty impressive. So maybe that helps you with another bet as well. But Santander has 2 home runs. Mountcastle has a couple home runs off him. And then over there on the right side, you got Bellinger 5 for 10, and Dansby Swanson 4 for 10, both for the Cubs as well. So, and just be careful because that is Joey Gallo in the upper left area. 6 for 20, 3 extra base hits, 2 home runs. I know Marco Gonzalez, so he's not very good, but I say be careful because Joey Gallo only hits home runs or he gets nothing. He strikes out all the time. He is a terrible, terrible baseball hitter. But anyways, those are the best hitter matchups for April 1st. And now let's talk some good pitcher strikeout matchups. There they are. We only got a couple of them today, unlike last week, but we're getting towards the 4 and 5 type pitchers in the starting rotation, so it makes sense. But here we go. Mackenzie Gore going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates 8th highest K percentage versus lefties last year, 24.1%. Again, I am just using last year's stats, but pretty soon we will be using last 15 days, last 30 days, things like that that are more related to this year. But this is all we got right now. So Gore had 151 Ks in 136.1 innings last year. He was a top prospect just a couple years ago. So we'll see if he can start living up to it. He had a decent year last year, but and then the other guy, he was a rookie last year, Andrew Abbott, the lefty for the Cincinnati Reds, up against the Phillies. Phillies 4th highest K percentage versus lefties last year at 25.3%. And then Abbott 120 Ks in 109.1 innings. So not as much out there when it comes to pitcher strikeouts, but you know what? That doesn't mean there's not winners out there. You can still take average strikeout teams if you think there's a good line dropped by the books and things like that. But these are the best pitcher strikeout matchups that we have for you on April Fool's Day. And now let's go check out the full pitcher report. All right, if you are new to the channel, we like to give you all the details for every pitching matchup for that day. And we got 14 games, 14 matchups. Here is page 1. We got some unknowns pitching today. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little tricky to navigate and predict. But like right there, second one down, you got Imanaga of the Cubs, the new signing, making his first start. That's why you don't see any stats over from Japan. Michael Waka now pitching with the Royals. And then you got the youngster, like we just talked about, Andrew Abbott and things like that. So it's going to be a little interesting. Chris Flexen, the ex-Mariner up there, good luck. I mean, you were going up against the Braves offense, and he has not been very good, Chris Flexen. As you can see, 7.18 ERA. But just to explain these stats real quick, expected ERA kind of just helps you predict, is he due for some negative regression, positive regression, just one way to find that out. And then on the bottom, we will list the average, just so you know, so these numbers actually mean something. So as you can see on the K percentage, 21.6% is the average for a major league starter. And then you can kind of go from there. And then we have walk percentage as well, in case you guys like to bet over or under walks, because I know some people like to do. Hits per 9 is kind of good if you're trying to do hitter parlays, who gives up a lot of hits, things like that. Again, these are all last year's stats right now, because obviously these pitchers don't have any stats from this year yet. So, but anyways, yeah, just some, like I said, interesting matchups to watch. Dane Dunning, Ryan Pepio for the Rays is pitching down there. Marco Gonzalez is just a guy who doesn't strike out many guys. As you can see, there's a couple like that, like Dakota Hudson for the Rockies now, going up against the Cubs, and Chris Flexen up there. So anyways, that's the first page of matchups. Take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And then let's go check out page number 2 now. All right, as you can see, there are some names that aren't so well known around the MLB streets. So we got some interesting matchups. I'd say probably the first one I look to is Tristan McKenzie of the Guardians versus Emerson Hancock of the Seattle Mariners, my Mariners. Those stats are last year. Emerson Hancock has been one of the top prospects for the Mariners in the last year or two, and he got a little taste of it last year before he lost due to injury, but he's back now in the rotation. Just another young stud that the Mariners have in that rotation. So 16 and 12 innings for those two guys, but they've both showed flashes of brilliance. So it's going to be interesting. Are we going to see some rough starts from them this year? Or are they going to show that right off the bat and have a low-scoring game? Things like that. But other than that, got Ryan Nelson down there for the Arizona D-backs facing Gill of the Yankees. No stats for him, of course. Paxton, another ex-Mariner down there. When he's healthy, he's been pretty decent. You saw a 4.5 ERA last year. Now pitching for the Dodgers. And yeah, other than that, Reese's Pieces Olsen up there for the Tigers, 3.72 expected ERA. But not a lot of high strikeout guys. Again, we're looking at some low K guys like Waldron of the Padres now. Nelson for the D-backs does not miss many bats as well, so on and so on. So, anyways, just make sure you check the innings as well, because if you're seeing a guy with 10 to 20 innings, that's just a small sample size to go off of. So, anyways, that is the pitcher report for page 1 and 2 for April 1st. Hopefully, this helps you guys get some winners. At least just starts your research, so you know what you're getting into for that day. But that's enough of the research. It's time to talk some best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link in the description below. Go sign up. It's an incredible app. So here we go. First bet. It's a hitter parlay, baby. Let's get back into it in the winning column. We got Michael Harris and Cody Bellinger, 1+ hit each at -106. That's on DraftKings and ESPN Bet as we record this. So Michael Harris, 1+ hit. If you watch my season preview futures video, you know I absolutely love me some Michael Harris. I mean, I bet him at +4,000 to be the hits leader. He started out the season with 3 hits and 3 hits, but he did go 0 for 4 yesterday. But I love him. He's an absolute hitting machine. So from July 1st on last season for 3 months, he only had 2 hitless games 4 times. So 2 hitless games in a row 4 times. That means he usually bounces back. That's incredible for 3 months of baseball. So he's coming off an 0 for 4 day. That's not the main reason I bet it, but it's always nice to get a guy to bounce back. So he now faces a guy we talked about, Chris Flexen. He's absolutely terrible, guys. You saw how bad he's been on the pitcher report, giving up 11.7 hits per 9 innings, the most on the slate, and an incredibly low 16.4% K rate. Does not miss a lot of bats. I know I watched him pitch for the Mariners. He's just not a very good pitcher anymore. And so he's going to have plenty of chances, Michael Harris will, because I think they're going to hit around. He's going to get some at-bats. And then after that, he's going to face a terrible White Sox bullpen. I mean, this is great. Michael Harris is a hitting machine. Give me Mr. Harris to get a hit. And then we go to Belly. Cody Bellinger, 1+ hit. He cashed a lot of hitting parlay bets last year. He's only 2 for 10 to start the season. Obviously, small sample size, but he does have 1+ hit in 2 of those 3 games. He's going to be facing Dakota Hudson. Gotta love it. You saw in the hitter matchups earlier this video, he is 5 for 10 off of Hudson, so that's good to see. And Hudson's another guy who gives up a lot of hits. 9.7 hits per 9 innings. A unbelievably low 11.8% K rate. He's practically just not striking out anybody at this point. He's a below average pitcher. I mean, this guy signed for 1 year, $1.5 million. That was his contract for a reason. And it's to the Rockies because nobody else wanted him. The Rockies bullpen behind him, absolutely horrendous. Just terrible. So I think Bellinger gets back on track here. So pretty much in this bet, I'm going to be tailing 2 hitters that are facing really low strikeout guys. They just pitch to contact, and starting pitchers, they just flat out give up a lot of hits. I mean, as much as anybody else on the slate today. And then you got 2 of the worst bullpens in the majors if we have to use the bullpen to get a hit. So give me 2 top-tier hitters of Michael Harris and Cody Bellinger to each get 1 hit. And before we get to that second best bet, we got to tell you about that promotion with Bet365. All right, there it is, guys. You get 2 incredible options with Bet365 right now. First bet, safety net up to $1,000 in bonus bets. It's an incredible offer. Or you can sign up and choose bet $5 and you get $150 in bonus bets. 2 options for you. It's an incredible deal, limited time only. The link is in the description below for Bet365, so go sign up and get one of these promotions if you're in a legal state. It's an incredible offer, and if you want any of those other offers on those sports books, obviously those are in the description below, but this is an incredible deal. So you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, back to the bets. All right, this second bet is an alternate team total parlay. Give me the Braves and the Orioles to both score over 3.5 runs at +108 on FanDuel. Now, if you do not have alternate team totals, not every sportsbook does. This was on FanDuel, like I mentioned. I like the team total for both of these teams on their own. So Braves team total over 5.5 right now is at plus money. Orioles team total over 4.5. But I'm taking them both down. So let's start with the Braves team total over 3.5 is all I need for this parlay. They could have this by the 5th inning. If you don't know baseball yet, the Braves are as elite as it gets when it comes to their offense. So far in the first 3 games, they've scored 9, 12, and 4 runs. So going over this in all 3. But this team can light up anybody. I mean, they can light up really good pitchers, whether it's Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola. They can light up anybody. But now they get to face our first Christmas tree sighting that we have already talked about. That's right, Mr. Chris Flexen. We just talked about this guy. He is gonna get lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. You know what? They can hit from 1 to 9 right now. Jared Kelnick, the ex-Mariner, it's disgusting to see. He's lighting it up. He's their 9 hitter. I mean, it's not even fair, to be honest with you. Michael Harris, the guy I talked about, he's their 6th hitter. I mean, you got Acuna, Matt Olson, Austin Riley. It's just an embarrassment of riches. We all know how bad Flexen is. I already talked about it. He doesn't strike out a lot of guys. He's going to give up a lot of runs. And then obviously behind him is that awful White Sox bullpen, like I already mentioned. So the one other thing I like about it, and something you want to make sure you take into account sometimes, is that the Braves are the road team. That's 9 guaranteed at bats. And with the Braves, every single inning could be a big inning. So you like to see that. That's why that's 5.5 at plus money, but I think they could score 6 or more easily. I only need 4 runs. If they cannot get 4 runs against this bullpen and this starting pitcher, I don't know what to say. That'd be absolutely wild. So that's the first leg. Second leg, the Orioles team total over 3.5. Like I said, this is 4.5 originally. Orioles had a bad game yesterday after two good games to start the season, but you saw it in the good hitter matchups. Those Orioles hitters that we just talked about, Cedric Mullins, Anthony Santander, Ryan Mountcastle, Austin Hayes, and Ramon Urias are a combined 31 for 78 off of Mr. Michael Waka Waka. That's 397. That's not too shabby. That's incredible. And oh, by the way, they still have Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson. I mean, this team is loaded as well. And Waka, if we talk about him, he was decent last season with the Padres. He really was. 3.22 ERA. As you saw earlier, 4.03 expected ERA. I think he will come back down to earth a little bit. Just an average strikeout guy, but he struggles to get ground balls. There will be balls in the air. That could be good for the Orioles. Could be doubles in the gap. Could be some bombs. He only had a 34.1% ground ball rate last year, which is only in the 7th percentile. So I think the Orioles can get to him here. Again, I only need 4 runs from a really good offense from 1 to 9. And then they're going to face, again, we talked about it already, a terrible Royals bullpen. Now, I say terrible. Maybe it's not terrible. Not as bad as the White Sox, I don't think. But I still don't think the Royals are a very good bullpen in general. So I think the Orioles bounce back here after a bad offensive game yesterday and score 4 runs. So I'm going to take 2 really good offenses to each score 4 runs. They are the home team, so yes, there is a chance that the Orioles only bat 8 times, but you know what? I think they can get 4 runs in 8 innings. So that is my alternate team total parlay with the pivot. If you guys need to bet one of those on their own, or if if you want to tail this, or maybe you don't want to tail it at all, that's fine too. But right now it is like midnight, and those are the only 2 best bets we got. I'm still waiting for some player props. Not all the pitcher props are out. Obviously, we record this the night before late. And so I do have 2 leans for you though, because I don't want to just leave you with the 2 bets. So I got 2 leans that I'm looking at. First one, Giants money line at plus 190. Yes, they are facing the Dodgers. Yes, it's disgusting to bet against the Dodgers, but the Dodgers are going to be overpriced all year. And if you're looking for some value, the Giants at plus 190. That's insane. And this isn't a straight value pick. This is not me saying, gosh, the Giants are so much better than the Dodgers. Obviously not. But Giants have scored a little over 6 runs per game, so it's a good in the first 4 games. So it's good to see them come out hot. Michael Conforto is scorching hot. I mean, he's absolutely delivered some big hits, and that's what you like to see. Matt Chapman's had some big hits for them, the newbie, and it's just straight value bet. Plus 190, you get those odds for just terrible teams. Giants are not a terrible team. It's going to be tough, but you're going up against James Paxton. He's not that great at this stage of his career. So Giants money line plus 190 might be worth a sprinkle. And the second one, under 4.5 in the first 5 innings between the Cleveland Guardians and my Seattle Mariners. I think McKenzie and Emerson Hancock in their first start of the year, I think they can show something. Like I said, McKenzie was good 2 years ago, had some injuries and stuff last year, but he has some high potential of being a good pitcher in this league. Emerson Hancock, one of those top prospects. Guardians, not a team that hits home runs at all, and it's in Seattle. I mean, T-Mobile Park is one of the biggest pitcher-friendly parks there is in the league. And it's not always great weather around this area, obviously. So I just see this game maybe being a 1-1, 2-1 type game. So give me the under 4.5 in the first 5 innings, Cleveland, Seattle. Again, these are 2 leans. I have not officially made a bet. I just wanted to give you guys some more options, some more ideas, because that's what it's all about. So that's what we got. Those are the 2 best bets and the 2 leans for today. Again, I will more than likely have at least one added play. It will be in the pinned comments in the morning. It will be on X and in the Discord, which is free, by the way. Go check it out. So That's what we got. Let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. We got two best bets right now. Michael Harris and Cody Bellinger, 1+ hit each at -106. And then an alternate team total parlay. Braves and Orioles team totals over 3.5 each of them at +108 on FanDuel. Again, if you do not get alternate team totals, a pivot is a Braves team total over 5.5 and Orioles team total over 4.5 on their own. I wrote it right there just in case you're somebody who didn't listen to anything I said and just wanted to look at the bets recap page. So those are the two best bets I got, and you will get one or two more in the morning. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it as we get so incredibly close to 22,000 subscribers. Can't thank you enough. But we're ready. It's a full week of baseball. Let's enjoy it. I hope you guys all have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.